I would like to ask you this, my friends. First Roman and then you, Bradley. Tell me top 3 most annoying questions asked by civilians to you as a military.
Roman first.
Roman first.
If you ask me this question in 2022, 2023, and even 2024, I could give you some lists, but now actually, like, no question can make me annoying because I'm so fucked up that's like nothing can break me out of the balance because my balance is fucked up. My vestibular.
Well, bro, from your experience, like you're standing on the street pretending you smoke, and then some civilian walks up to you and asks something like extremely awesome. What would it be?
Awesome?
Like awesome, like cringy.
Like this awesome.
Yeah.
Still, to be honest, like nothing appear in my head because I'm gonna explain you in different way because like right now I'm in Izum and this city is very interesting in this way that it was captured by Russian pigs and then it was liberated and it was battle for Izum and it's half destroyed and half of the city is pretty survived, and this is like maybe the most contrast city for me in Ukraine right now. And I just realized that I was in battles for so long and I missed all this like civilian part of this war, so I don't understand fully how it's been civilian person, like not infantry soldiers, not from assault, but being infantry without weapon and living during this time. And the more I understand how they live and what they came through, the less I start really judge them because they, for example, people in Izum, I have sometimes to talk to them and they living through occupation and they told me so crazy stories that I just think, okay, I was in battlefield, but if I was civilian here, I don't know, it's really like crazy. But because of war, the soldiers become like this. I don't mean to be rude, I just like share my own opinion. So the soldiers become these great defenders, the guys who make difference, who sacrifice, but really only little role and only little attention paying to what civilians sacrifice and how they struggles as well. And the more I understand this part of the war, the more I could see the whole picture. And at this point, I really start understand even stupid behavior of many civilians because this is their way to survive. And that's why I ask you, if you ask me this question like years or 2 or 3 years before, I'll just immediately give you a top 50 list of stupidity. But right now I really start being understanding and boring guy, so I have no like funny story about stupid questions civilians anymore.
Thank you for your answer. I can give you my top 3 since like 2015.
Waiting.
Yeah. One is like, how many people did you kill?
But it's really interesting, bro. It's really interesting. I get this question. It was really annoying, but from the other side, like, what's other opportunity for you to talk with people, with person who really had opportunity to eliminate invaders or kill? You
Well,
can see the movies, you can hear the story of Psycho, but you never had opportunity to talk to this person personally. And for me, it's very important. But I don't want to be the lawyer of of the defender of civilian, but it's really interesting question if you dig deep. Just think about it. If you will be civilian, is it not interesting? What did you feel when you kill him? How many people you kill? What was your like inner emotions when you shoot them and felt that you take somebody's life despite their enemies? Wow, goosebump here. Yeah, it's really
Oh my
cool
God.
question. But
It
sorry, please
is.
continue.
It is. And generally speaking, people don't really understand that some soldiers may not react well to this because, again, to some, taking life is as easy as breathing. To others, taking life is a trauma, actually.
Yeah.
And it all depends. It depends on the training, and it depends on what's inside your mind, big time. So generally, it's like that. It's like asking some random lady, how many abortions did you have? Because it's interesting, It is the same, and the reaction actually will be absolutely the same in most cases, I think, because if you ask my commander of reconnaissance platoon how many people did he kill, he will tell you, the other day I went there, I killed two guys with the knife, then I threw a grenade there. He doesn't care because this is his everyday life. He returns from a mission, he washes the blood from his uniform and starts playing Stalker, starts shooting people in Stalker because this is what he is. But other people, they're different. So question number one is how many people did you kill? Question number two, top since 2015, especially in Donbass area. No, I'm lying to you. Not in Donbass. For some reason, this question was most popular in places like Kyiv, 700 kilometers away. When will this shit over?
Oh, yeah.
When will the war end? You're wearing uniform, so apparently you have this, connection to the presidential office, and you know exactly when the war will end. You already prepared your parade uniform. You ordered a table in Pervak or in the, and
with
you
Johnny of D.
Yeah, and
hanging out there.
you're a military, you're wearing uniform, so basically you should know when it ends. I'm sorry, I don't have this, crystal ball and blood.
You don't have this crystal ball, this shiny crystal ball?
I only have this crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this crystal ball doesn't produce anything good. Okay, and yeah, you need crystal ball. You need a wing of a bat. You need you need a virgin. Generally, you can only have virgin. Anyways, and question number three is it hot in that uniform?
Oh, really? Someone asked you that, really?
All the fucking time. Literally, I'm on a patrol. Every single person is worried if it's hot wearing my uniform. They are worried for me, They sincerely, I don't know, have concern if it's hot wearing this uniform. Come on, try. I can tell you where to sign, so you can try it yourself. And those are three most popular and most ridiculous questions in my top list. Bradley, your turn.
Well, you got me on the first one. And I'm one of those guys who don't really respond very well to that question. So I'm like, hey, and I try to be, I understand what Roman's saying as well, because civilians really don't understand. Like I said before in this interview or podcast, they don't understand the military lifestyle. So you can't really get too offended when a guy comes up to you. And you might be at a party, and I was at a party at my mom's house at a pool party or something, and of course everybody's getting drunk and stuff, and they all come up. And this is after the first time I came back from Ukraine for a little bit, and the guys are like, "How was it over there? You guys killing everybody? You doing all this stuff?" And I'm just like, guys, and I didn't even really think about what I said. I just said, guys, look, I understand that that might seem like a normal question to you to ask, but that's not really something that you ask a soldier. We're not in the business taking lives. We're in the business of saving lives. All right. And like it's something that we have to do, but it's not something we like to talk about, and you get guys ask questions all the time, how, just like you said, how is it over there? Is it crazy over there? No, man, it's perfectly normal. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's peaceful, and there's people in like giving you margaritas and stuff, and it's all great, man. It's amazing, perfectly fine. Yeah, of course it's crazy over there, man. Like, and then you'll get the people that just ask random crazy kind of questions, and it's just like the best thing you can do is just cross your arms, put a smile on your face, try to be professional about it, and just answer to things as professional as possible, but don't get angry at them because they don't mean to cause any ill will. If they didn't want to talk to you, they wouldn't even talk to you. You know, um, but there's one thing that we do in our country, and I know I've seen it here in Ukraine a couple of times, maybe with different words or different sayings, but we'll have civilians that'll come up to you on the street and be like, "Hey, thank you for your service," or "Thank you." And then the only thing I say back, I don't say, "Oh, God bless you." I say, "Thank you for your support," and that's it. That's the only thing I say, and I appreciate it. It's nice, and I know in Ukraine the same thing exists, different words, different meanings, but it's the same. Um, but yeah, you just have to be, and it depends on the environment too. And one thing I've noticed, people start drinking, people start saying crazy stuff, and especially if they're civilians. Hey man, is it just like Call of Duty? You know what I'm saying? You like run around, you do all this shit, and just like, hey man, look, it's nothing like that at all. But they make good video games, I guess. So you just have to roll with the punches on that one. That's what I got to say about that.
Yeah.
We were talking about the most ridiculous questions received as militaries from civilians. What were top 3 craziest questions that civilians asked you?
Jesus. Oh, fuck. I've been asked a lot of mental shit. Like some of it, like as you said, like I saw earlier, like they expect you to be able to predict the future, and people say like when you like people ask you like when will the war end. I've just got into the habit now of just saying that's above my pay grade, because I really don't know anymore. But no, yeah, I'd probably say like, have you killed anyone? Obviously, the answer is yes. That it's war, and this is like the Super Bowl of war at the moment. Everything that's going on technology-wise is in Ukraine. I think the worst one, I think the most retarded one is, are you scared of FPVs? Obviously, yes, because it's just a fucking IED with wings. And everybody's there like, yeah, but if you get really fit, like you can outrun it. And I'm sat there like, it accelerates faster than my fucking car. Like there is absolutely no way you are outrunning this thing, because it will just come at you at Mach fuck. But yeah, I think, are you scared of FPVs? Have you killed people? And probably, do you like the army? That's probably a retarded one as well, because the answer is no, because it's shit. But it's like, I enjoy the job. I just don't enjoy the shit that comes with it, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
No problem.
Thank you, Fuzzy. The one about the FPVs was it got me.
Yeah. It's like the drone team, like every now and again, like they'll build an FPV and you'll hear them testing it. And like, I don't know, like, because I'm in a village in Timbuktu, like, I'll be having a shit, and all of a sudden I'll just hear and I'm like, fucking hell, like, just no. But yeah, no, FPVs I just don't like at all.
Guys, I actually have a few
sometimes,
donations to mention, but Starsky,
yeah, please, bro,
you
go
go. And then because
I just wanted to tell a story that Max told me once that cracked me up so bad. It's when, you know, like one thing that I think unites absolutely all veterans or servicemen is literally dark humor, because this is basically something that keeps us running all the time, you know. And sometimes those stories happen like for real, and they can be horrible, like literally horrible when you experience them yourself. But then when you talk about them, they're like they produce so much so much giggle. Max told me this story when he returned from Rubizhne, and he said, we went out of our HQ, and it was like in the basement, and the basement was also basically the bomb shelter for everybody, right? He says, we went out of the HQ to like do something, and then all of a sudden the MLRS strike starts, and it's incoming, you know. So we are running like crazy to the shelter, and he says, I'm running, okay? The stray dog that was with us, it runs faster than me, so it's like runs in front of me, okay? Then he says, I encounter some dude with his arm almost torn away. So it's like barely attached to his body, and it's bleeding, and he's screaming, of course, from the shock, and he's running as well to the bomb shelter. And of course, everything is like exploding, and they jump, down into this bomb shelter. And he says, the dog, as soon as the dog enters the bomb shelter, it starts pooping on the staircase, right, on the stairs as it walks down. So it starts shitting. The dude that has his arm like almost cut off with a fragment, he starts like cursing on the dog. Max behind them curses as well, and they ran past a dude who literally stands his back towards them and takes a leak, against the wall, and he's like smoking a cigarette at the same time. So he's like standing there looking at them. There's a dog shitting and running at the same time. The guy with like his arm and screaming and cursing the dog, and Max cursing everybody, and basically everything explodes. And Max is like laughing so much when he tells me this story, and it like obviously sounds so funny to him. So I ask, bro, what were you doing most of your time there? And he says, well, we basically were bringing bodies to the morgue. And it's like we're going in this bus, bringing bodies. Of course, we were loading the bodies into the bus in like minivan, and bringing them to the morgue. But we also have like this big box of candies that is in the bus next to the bodies that we need to bring to the school because there was some kind of party or something, some kind of holiday. So things are tough. Things are tough. Unfortunately, or fortunately, not a lot of people can encounter that. But those who can encounter that, again, fortunately or unfortunately, there's not many people who can understand that. Those stories, they're crazy. When Max arrived to Kiev, his eyes were literally empty. Like it's summer 2022. He opens a cab, the door of the cab, and he's like wearing all his stuff. Like he has like his helmet in his hand, his backpack, wearing his plate carrier, and we hugged. I'm like, bro, you okay? He's like, I'm fine. And he's looking through me and like 1,000 meters behind me, like this absolutely absent stare. So 1 month of rehabilitating my best bro with sushi, and basically he's fine. So that was the only thing that helped.
No comments, I guess. Everyone is like.
Hang on, I'm replying to your message, Rick. Hang on, I'm trying to send you the files, but I'm arguing with the phone on a daily.
No problem.
Hang on.
Don't worry about that. It was actually for you to read in some time, not right now. So.
I think.
Yep. Sorry.
I think dark humor sometimes gets you through some pretty hard stuff, and the emotions that you have after these things happen. You get these crazy emotions that go through your mind. You're scared to death. You're happy. You're sad. You're mad. All these things. You laugh. When we train these soldiers, we're not always in the best spots. And we were down here in Mykolaiv in 2022. Things were pretty hot down here. The Russians were pretty close, and we were training guys out in the woods in Mykolaiv. And we had a Orlan drone circle the area where we were at, and I told the guys to get down, and then it came back around and it flew right over us. And we had about 40 something guys out there plus the instructors. And I told the guys, I turned on my helmet light, my red light, and I said, guys, drop all your shit, get your weapon, get your gear, and we're fucking moving out right now. We're going to run as fast as we can in one fucking direction. So we run through the woods in the middle of the night, and we run about 500 meters. I tell the guys, I said, get down. And the Ukrainians are all laughing and shit. They're like, what is this guy doing? Why are you doing all this? And then next thing we hear, boom, and then cluster bombs in the area that we were at. And then the Orlan comes back again, and we got corrected on 3 times that night. And last time, instead of going straight 500 meters, we went left. And the next set of clusters went right to where we were going to be if we would have went straight. But after that, everybody was laughing and joking and telling stories and all kinds of stuff. And people were just, some guys were crying, some guys were laughing and all that stuff. But the jokes that people were telling, like, oh, they almost got us that time. That kind of stuff. It really like lightened up the mood, but it was a serious time. We had 9 incoming rounds. And sometimes that dark humor, those laughs, those jokes, they kind of make those hard situations, kind of go away, at least at that time. And you got time to think about things a little more clearly. But yeah, I do agree with you on the dark humor stuff. I think it's very important and that's one thing that soldiers around the world, I think everybody does the same way. Bad situations, everybody's joking, trying to make the best out of a situation. And I think, it's very important to have that as soldiers. Yeah. So I think you're absolutely right about that, my brother. Mm-hmm.